Hey guys, on this video, I'm going to show you our master bedroom transformation. If you've been following our channel at all, you realize that our house is crazy. It's a nonagon, 9 sides. So there's not a square corner anywhere in this house. It's what it seems like with all the work that we've been doing. But on this video, we're going to show you, it's been a very long journey of transforming what was a kitchen and making it into our bedroom. So why would we do this? Well, for anybody, again, if you followed along, our kitchen was on the 2nd floor of this house. These kind of round shaped houses, for some reason, that's where they put the kitchen. I don't understand. But we hated it. We hated having to take groceries all the way up the stairs and across the house, and then garbage all the way down the stairs. And then if there was someone grilling outside, you know, we'd have to, again, the person in the kitchen couldn't communicate to the person on the grill. It was crazy. It was insane. And I really wanted a garden to be right outside of my kitchen, but you couldn't do that when it's on the 2nd floor. And it was hot on the 2nd floor. And the windows didn't face the front of the house, so I couldn't tell if somebody was pulling in my driveway. I mean, there were so many reasons why I hated the kitchen up on the 2nd floor. And so, since we moved the kitchen to the other floor, downstairs to the 1st floor, which that's another video, we were able to use this space and make it into our master bedroom. We had to add a closet and we had to add a bathroom. In this video, I'm going to show you how that transformation took place, from tearing out the kitchen to putting in a bedroom and making it a very romantic, special space, which I love. I want to be able to be cozy there and be just completely at peace in this room, a little oasis for us. And it really has turned into that. So I hope you enjoy this, especially again, if any of you guys you love watching HGTV, you like the transformation type of stuff. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'll try to explain it as we go. So as I said, originally the kitchen was on the 2nd floor, which really gave us no space for a dining room. We have a large table. We had really no place for it. But here's the original kitchen right out of the 80s. And then, you know, I did have a nice little view, but here's the worst part, was that the laundry was also in the kitchen. And for our size family, that was horrible. Okay, so tearing apart the kitchen was a family adventure. We had to do it in phases because we needed to still use parts of these things until the 1st floor was done. So we had to leave our dishwasher in there. We had to leave some of the laundry in there until we had those spaces on the 1st floor. But the best way to take it apart, we just took all the walls off, and because the tile and the wallpaper wasn't going to come off very easily. So it was certainly not easy to do, but thankfully the kids were willing to help out. When it was all said and done, we had this open space where we could add extra walls. So we slept in this mess of a room for several months. Ugh. The first step after deconstruction was closing in the room. So we had to add the wall where there was this opening there, and I ended up wallpapering it just to make it easier for me in the end. Most of us take for granted that we have doors on our bedroom, and for a while all we could use were curtains to block our little entryway, and we hated that for obvious reasons. So when I got around finally to framing this room, or this doorway, it was a great thing. It was the first time I ever framed a door, and so it was quite the adventure. But I was able to reuse a door that we had taken off the old kitchen, and had to cut it a little bit. And then in the end, I did add some shiplap, which eventually got stained, and it's turned out pretty nice. Next came the framing of the interior walls for the closet and the bathroom. Every wall that I opened in this entire house, I've added soundproofing because I just feel like the walls are way too thin. And here I have some kids helping me deconstruct the walls. But I framed one little section, and then I had the plumber do the rest of the framing so that he could put things exactly where he wanted them to be for the shower and the toilet and everything. In reality, it was probably a year in between the time that the plumber finished his framing and I finished all the drywall, and just recently was able to finish all the mudding on the walls and, you know, strip down the rest of the wallpaper. Everything that had to go into prepping these walls to be completely finished. And so I hate drywall, finishing drywall. And so I did as much of it as I needed to get the walls prepped for wallpaper. I chose wallpaper because one, I like the mood that it sets, and I just love wallpaper. And two, it doesn't require me to have a perfect smooth finish on the mud for the drywall. I can just cover up any mistakes I've made with beautiful wallpaper. So the room was all ready to go. Now the fun. So I did choose wallpaper. I got it off of Amazon. I knew I wanted a tulle looking wallpaper because I love all things British. And so this was certainly not my first time hanging wallpaper. I've done it many, many times over. And I'm happy to hear that actually it's coming back in style in some circles because I think it's really a beautiful addition to a room. And there were some spots that were pretty tricky. My tallest wall was 10 feet, so hanging a 10 feet piece of wet wallpaper is exhausting. And it took me about 10 to 11 hours to do this entire room by myself of wallpaper. I was completely covered in paste. It was disgusting. But I think it turned out very well. I only had a few little mishaps here and there, and I ended up with a whole roll to spare, which I was afraid I wouldn't have. So there you go. My wallpaper. I love it. In the end, I think the result was striking. I love the contrast of the paper with the darker wood. And some people might think it's too busy, but I think it's so busy that it almost gives the illusion of being a solid color. So it's very, very cozy. At this point, the only thing left in this room that reminded me that it was a kitchen was the floor, that nasty linoleum. I just went right over top of it with an engineered wood flooring. It was the first time I used engineered wood. I usually use regular hardwood, but it went in very smoothly and absolutely beautifully. The finished product is my beautiful bedroom. Here's the entryway that used to be an opening into the kitchen, and the bathroom. The bathroom is yet to be completely finished. I have a shower still to tile, which is a nightmare for me, but otherwise I'm just happy to have a functioning bathroom in my bedroom. And I've enjoyed the wallpaper and the whole mood that it sets, and I've been able to furnish it according to the mood that I've enjoyed. And so I'm quite pleased with the way it's turned out. As I sit in my bed at night, I cannot believe that this room used to be a kitchen. It was a 1980s classic kitchen, so not only outdated, but just completely filthy and impractical for our family. But now my husband and I have this beautiful little oasis to get away from the loud, crazy children. And I just can't believe that not only is this room so beautiful and transformed, but the majority of the work I've done myself. Outside of the plumbing and a little bit of the framing, I've done all the drywall. I've done the wallpaper. I've done the flooring. I've done the decorating. It is my vision that has been brought to complete conclusion, and that is so thrilling for me. Okay, I'm tired. It's a lot of work. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for all the other renovations that I'm going to do at some point in this house. It's just never ending.